What a year it has been, or rather hasn't been, for choral singing. But with hope on the horizon of rehearsals beginning in September and performances a couple of months after that, it seemed like a good idea for me to send you a simple set of vocal exercises for maintenance or enhancement that you can do anytime, anywhere, almost anywhere, over the summer. No special equipment required, just you, your body, and your voice. Everybody's posture has suffered a little bit over the last 18 months as we've crouched over devices and peered at tiny faces. So let's start there. Just stand comfortably. Feet sort of body width apart and feel a sense of balance. If at any point anything is uncomfortable for you, then absolutely don't do it. That wouldn't enhance or maintain anything. There's nothing very strenuous, but just in case. So starting off, let's just do a body scan. Feel the soles of your feet in touch with the ground. Just gain a sense of awareness. If it helps to close your eyes, then do. And then just move up slowly to the ankles. Very important, making sure that the knees are soft, not locked back, and not gripped. Check those hips. And then the most important bit, let's build that spine. Every vertebrae is a giant marshmallow. Let's pile them one on top of the other, gently, carefully, not squashing them. As we reach the neck, we move to the smaller size, those mini ones for on top of hot chocolate. And let's pile those up too. Feel that extension. And as we reach the top, just tuck the chin slightly so that everything's in lovely alignment. Before we just pay our attention to the shoulders. As singers, we're all, of course, angelic, so let's fold those cherubic wings back. Feel that stretch and opening across the upper chest, and then just put them in a comfortable position, released and ready to go. At that point, just check the knees again, because I bet they've locked. And feel that sense of release, and just give the hands a gentle shake. We don't want any lobster claws or any gripping. Excellent. So the most important thing we deal with is our breathing. So to start, let's expel all the air that's in us at the moment on a long hiss. You carry on until it's all gone, and when the lungs are completely empty and you felt the tummy sinking back towards the spine, don't do anything other than releasing those abs and feel the air automatically going to the bottom of the lungs. So we're not overinflating in the upper chest, we're just letting the body do what it wants to do naturally, getting the machine running really efficiently. Let's try that again. So that long hiss, and when it's all gone, release, and that's a good feeling. Let's work a little bit harder on the breath, taking a little bit more control. I think we talked in one of our sessions earlier in the year about breathing being all over the internet at the moment, and we're going to use one of those techniques. I'm going to give you a count of 4, and during that 4 you breathe in, a count of 5 for which you hold the breath, and a count of 6 during which you release it. We're going to go around that 3 times, so just listening for the count. We're ready, everything's released, and we breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, release, relax, check the knees, check the hands, check those wings, check that that spine is still a beautiful tower of marshmallows, extended and sweet. And it's time to make some noise. So simple things first. So we've used that hiss already, but with energy, let's just say s, s, s. And adding some voice, z, 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 followed by a so our unvoiced and voiced consonants. And I hope already that you felt some engagement from the middle of the body as well as your head and your speech-making organs. We've still got a little bit of physicality I think we need to deal with. We've got those shoulders. Let's just reach one arm up. And again, if go as high as you can, and the other arm up, and put the left higher than the right, and then the right higher than the left, and right, and balance, and then just tip gently over to the side. Again, it's not an exercise class, go as far as is comfortable, but feel the opening of the intercostal spaces between those muscles, between those ribs, and bring that back to the center, and go the other way. And back to the center. Bring the arms back to shoulder height, keeping them there, both palms facing downwards. Roll the right shoulder forwards and the left shoulder back. Now this opens the spaces in the mid-back as we reverse that. Really important to keep them at shoulder height and keep the shoulders free. The other way again. One more twist. Put both palms facing down. And just breathe that down back to the sides. Hopefully the body is feeling a little bit more awake all the way up and down. So, some singing exercises. I knew that was coming in somewhere. Really simple stuff. I want this to be memorable so that you don't necessarily need to listen to me all the time. These will go into your mind and you can use them in your daily practice. Now, obviously, like anything you do, the more practice you do, within limits, the better it is. But if you can do this, all of it, 3 or 4 times a week, you'll be in great shape for September. So, starting off really simply, I'm going to work through the mid-low voice to the mid-high voice. If you want to go further in either direction, then you do that. And again, if it goes too high for you, then don't do that bit. And if it starts too low for you, don't do that bit either. Do what works for you. And see what happens the more practice you do and whether you end up going a little bit further in either direction. Really, really simple to start with. Let's just sing. Thinking of small wheels turning as we do that. So it's going. Now as you see the wheels turning, the energy increases. If it helps to do that, and it may well, you can remember that we did that with rubber bands at one point before. You can use one or not, but the energy will work itself. So let's just work our way up the scale from that point. Ready? And release as we climb. Release again. you started to feel like you're really singing at the moment and the energy's coming. Let's use some staccato to really make sure we're engaging the middle of the body. So we're going to do a staccato, arpeggio, followed by a legato one. Every staccato note needs to come from the middle of the body. It's a little impulse from those abs. So not from here, we're not coughing onto the note. So rather than, let's start here. This one. E. We don't want to go E from here, but if we use that muscle, just a quick pull in, we're going to get E, ah, E, ah, E, ah. And then we increase the energy to sing it legato. E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E. Got that? Let's go together. 1, 2, 3. E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E. Releasing. Up we go. Find that energy. E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E. E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E. Start to fall in love with your sound and feel that you're a star on the stage. E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E. Glittery ball gowns all the way. E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E, ah, E. And if you feel in the mood to carry on you go, semitone by semitone. Very good. So, something calmer. Let's do a descending scale. So we've started so far at the lower end. So this is about those phrases that start a little bit higher in the voice. Think of that first note. We're not reaching up to it that way. If we're going to put a precious ornament onto a shelf, which is what we're doing with every beautiful note, we don't approach the shelf that way. We need to go around, above it, and pop it down carefully. This is mice and china we're dealing with. Okay, so thinking of your note going round. As you breathe, prepare the space. Let's start here, and we're just going to sing. So we breathe in on the A shape, which helps us raise the cheeks, raise the soft palate. As we sing A, the sides of the tongue are touching the sides of the back teeth, and they just move away from that as we change to the R vowel. So we'll just do a few of these. Remember, gently onto that shelf. We release to get the air into the bottom of the lungs. Hopefully you've used nearly all the air. A new release as we go up. And again. Check the shoulders, check the knees. We release again. And another. Sops and tenors, upper mezzos, brave basses, last one. Release and relax. So we had some fun earlier in the year with tongue twisters, because of course it's all very well singing just vowels and singing that gorgeous golden line, but we need words, we need text. We did a lot of work on text in the creation and in Messiah when we were working on those. So let's just revisit those tongue twisters. If you remember, the first one we did was brown bread, white bread, white bread, up a scale. We'll start at a reasonable speed, then you can speed it up. So we're just going to go simply brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread. We reverse it for the way down, if you remember. White bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread. So that's just a reminder. Do that up a few scales, wherever you want. Let's go for a quicker one, a little bit higher. We're going to do brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread. White bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread, white bread, brown bread. I'm so glad I didn't mess that up. Good. If you remember, there's a more tricky version, and by the second time we met on Zoom, you had graduated, probably as a result of my classes, to red wine and white wine, which is even trickier. So let's do that here. So we're doing red wine, white wine, red wine, white wine, red wine, white wine, red wine, white wine. Again, we reverse. White wine, red wine, white wine, red wine, white wine, red wine, white wine, red wine. It is a trickier one, but save it, have fun with it. It will get your organs of speech working really well. The other exercise that works, because it's a brilliant word that uses the organs in all sorts of different positions, is Piccadilly, if you remember. Let's just go down that scale. Piccadilly, 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 Piccadilly. Let's go up a little bit higher. And Piccadilly, 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 Piccadilly. So do those while you're doing the washing up. You could do those while you're unloading the dishwasher. There's no excuse, doing the dusting, whatever you like. They don't require you to be standing here at the piano doing that, because they're really all about clarity. Do it while you're driving, maybe, yeah. So, I think it's time for a big finish. You already put those ball gowns on earlier, and let's find our inner Italian, okay? So remember the arpeggio on Bella Signora, Bella Signora. So we're going to go for this one, feeling the music. We're going to spread our arms wide, and we're going to feel the energy traveling down the arm, and the singing is going to come out through your middle finger as well as everywhere else. As ever, before we do it, let's check. We're in touch with the earth with the soles of our feet. The knees are free, the hips are free, the spine is that beautiful tower. The shoulders are free, the wings are folded, but we're ready to extend outwards. Let's start nice and low so everybody can join in. Releasing, and Bella Signora. And release as we climb that stairway. Bella Signora. Releasing. Bella Signora. Bella Signora. Bella Signora. In a Shirley Bassey. Bella Signora. Bella Signora. Bella Signora. Bella Signora. And the really big finish. Bella Signora. Thank you so much for getting this far. I hope you find it useful in the summer, and I hope that York Musical Society and I get together in person before very much longer. Thanks very much.